all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corsten, I'm just a dad, I'm co-founder of STEAMco. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So STEAMco is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magical.
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Bestival, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts. So the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So in lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-sized pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work with STEAMco.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system, we have a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere.
I would like to have STEAM Co day in my class.
Once again, the eyes of the world will be on Liverpool.
We're just about to start our second session of the morning, and it's on STEAM, igniting STEM with art. As soon as you're all comfortable, we'll get. I've got no idea where the keynote speaker for this is. Nick Corsten, is he in the building?
Can you all please imagine you're 6 again and I walk into your school? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited! Who's excited? Who's excited? Hello everybody, my name's Nick! I've got one fan at the front. A bit of an admission, I'm just a dad, so no tricky questions. I've got a head teacher here. Hands up if you're a teacher. Right, ask them the tricky questions, please. The Guardian put a headline about me a few years ago, actually. They just said, I just talk quickly till people say yes. You have been warned.
Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds.
Today's about people, it's about parents, it's about families, it's about grandparents. Here's a famous dad from Liverpool, Sir Ken Robinson, who changed my life. Igniting STEM with art. I don't give a damn about the acronyms. For me, it's about creativity.
Those unfilled roles are costing us up to £150 billion a year.
Hang on. How does she keep a straight face saying that the tech skills crisis in this country is costing us 150 in GDP a year because we didn't give our kids the tech skills they needed? So I'm igniting the creativity revolution, but by getting 20 of these little trucks. There's one out the front that's got everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school, at a fete or a festival. I went to Glastonbury in June. I've barely been home since. I've been to 12 festivals doing pop-ups all over the country. I want to do it from Ironbridge, the first one, birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, so Shropshire up into the northwest into Liverpool, Cornwall, Richard Trevedick, and that's a steam traction engine we built from cardboard, and we got those boys, blagged them into the main ring there because they weren't allowed to take their real traction engine in, and Yorkshire, where those hard-working men, women and children dug coal with their bare hands to fuel the Industrial Revolution. Art is the coal of the creativity revolution. Art is the oil of the creativity revolution, which is why I built a great big Auric at the front there, and I'll tell you about that another day. Hashtag RC Monster. Humbled to be here today. It always blows me away to be back in Liverpool. And Sir Ken Robinson, my mum, soon my Uncle Peter, are going to be looking down on me today. Thank you very much.
Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know?
Amazing grace, beautiful when they say.
But at St Vincent's, we've got creative vision.
Singing over to Maggie Mays, then this man is going to give you a present, which is a packet of seeds of hope that we gave to the Queen, to the Pope.
We took it to COP26.
Yeah, we took it to COP26, but then...
In Glasgow?
Yeah, we were there,
Well,
he was there.
he did.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to give you our projects, because our children are creative climate leaders for Let's Go Zero.
Wow.
Amazing. And then this is the Magic Bench, which is literacy, which is on our website, which we're going to gift to you to give to schools, which is very clever. Citizenship project, all in there. That this wonderful artist was managed by our children.
Amazing.
So you've got Amazing Grace, and then the message is that the Amazing Grace, we are the seeds of hope, that we're gifting our creativity to the world. We're gifting it as climate heroes. We're gifting it with the Magic Bench Citizenship Literacy Project.
I think we'd better get on with it, guys.
Okay.
We love art, St Vincent's!
Here's to the crazy ones, the mischiefs, the rebels and the troublemakers.
The round pegs in the square holes.
The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. And they have no respect for the status quo.
You can praise them, disagree with them, quote them, disbelieve them, glorify or vilify them.
But the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things.
They invent, they imagine.
They heal, they explore, they create, they inspire. They push the human race forward. Maybe they have to be crazy. How else? Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
It's Friday morning on The Breakfast Show. Adam and Claire with you until 10 this morning.
And it's World Creativity Day today.
Is it really?
And of course, did you see the rocket launch by Elon Musk yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Wasn't it incredible? But we've got something to rival what happened in Texas yesterday. And it's happening in Telford. From Texas to Telford. Nick Corsten is the man behind it. So what's happening then? What are you doing, Nick?
Well, I'm a Shropshire lad. I'm born and bred in Ludlow, as you may remember. I think we've had a couple of chats on the... But I tell you what, we are very worried because the kids overnight at Randeley Primary up in Telford, it's just near Ironbridge, basically they've been up all night and they've built a 100-metre tall cardboard oil rig. Well, it's not an oil rig, it's actually, we call it an art rig. We call it our sea monster. So really, I'm not being funny. I just need a weather forecast. Is it going to dry up? Because I've got to land.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You are kidding me.
Because you don't want soggy cardboard, Nick, do you?
We do. So, goodness me, I tell you what, cardboard and rain are a lethal combination. I mean, Elon Musk worries about whatever he puts in his rockets getting all mixed up. But I tell you what, we are very worried because at 3 o'clock we're launching a creativity revolution across the whole of Britain because we've got to inspire our kids, our communities, our country and convince them that the future is creativity on World Creativity Day. Are we ready?
like this?
Yeah, it was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. It's so wonderful to see all the children so creative and excited about the rocket.
Well, they were so on task as well, weren't they? We've done a lot today, but
yeah.
I mean, today's about, is it a flash in the pan, or can you build on what we've done
Oh,
today?
we will definitely build upon it, and this is what we're all about at Randley. Creativity at the heart of everything that we do.
Well, you answered my next question. I was going to say, what does creativity mean to you? But my number one question, Miss, is would you recommend this to another brave school leader like you who believes in creativity?
Without a doubt. It opens the box through imagination. Anything is possible. Yeah.
Elbows and my hands are full. Thank you, Miss. Brilliant. Thank you.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it.
But what we're doing is we're taking cardboard models of our sea monster to schools all across the country. We're launching and landing 50-metre rockets.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Did you enjoy it? Thank you. Bye.
As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere. And we need curious kids. We need creative kids. We need them to aim higher than my high vis. And, you know, nothing without your support on BBC Local Radio. I travel all over the country. And what we've got to do is inspire this country to get up and work with teachers, work with schools, and inspire our kids. Hashtag OurMillion23. And this is all about ordinary people, like my mum and dad, but maybe like your mum and dad, doing extraordinary things. And they just need a bit of a nudge. And that's what we're trying to do today, mate.
Brilliant. Give regards to your family. Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll speak to you soon, no doubt. Take care, Nick.
Thanks, Shatsy. See ya.
Take care. Bye-bye. That's Nick live streaming at the moment in Ironbridge and getting young people to be creative in all manner of ways and educating and inspiring and making a real difference.
Nick in Paddington is on the line now.
I shouldn't tell you this, really, but because I don't want everybody coming around my house. So I've got a mirror ball hanging up in the tree outside my house.
Yeah.
With a few spotlights on it and a few fairy lights in the tree. And the amount of people who've come past and I've been stood in my front yard and people saying how lovely it is. And it's those simple little things that we can do. And I don't know if you've noticed, but lots more people seem to have lights outside their houses than before.
Yes.
And that's an expression. I think of people almost calling out to each other, not showing off, but just trying to delight people walking past.
Thank you so much for calling. It was a real pleasure to chat to you, Nick. A breath of fresh air. It was lovely.
I do like the notion of a disco ball. You just have to put one light on it and it refracts light everywhere, and just kind of makes everything look pretty and in motion. And so it's kind of finding yourself through the darkness or through the struggle. So I think that's one of the reasons that disco has resonated so well this year.
So that's one of the things that I will take forward as a kind of a signpost. It's been one of the good things to come out of this year. We have reconnected and rediscovered and remembered how important community is. I think that's been, if there's any one lesson that we could take from all of these, that's
20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Here we got a roll program. Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading. 30 seconds.
I really want to be a dancer because I can dance.
He turned to her mother and he said, "You know, Mrs. Lynn, Gillian isn't sick. She's a dancer. Take her to a dance school."
You want to continue that road? Because there's always a road not awesome and a road awesome. And I really want to take the road awesome, not awesome. And obviously I know everybody wants to be awesome, not awesome.
No, thank you, not talking. Let's go, good job. That was unacceptable.
Once again, the eyes of the world will be on Liverpool.
Steamco are here over the weekend to give a series of talks all about it. I got a word with Nick Corsten, who's from Steamco.
I came up to Liverpool and jumped in a cab, and there was a Portuguese taxi driver. And I said, "How long have you been here?" He said, "Oh, 18 years. I said, "You like it?" He said, "I love it. It's the people." Steamco is about bringing the community into primary schools. It's that community of artists, parents, teachers, businesses.
Today we've had classes in from year 2, year 3. We've been doing some coding with them.
One of the big reasons for being here today was this chapter, Ken Robinson.
There's a lot to say about practically what has to happen in education to bring about the sorts of changes that many of us think are important. That's what this book's about. It's arguing for radical change, but also showing how it happens, and not just how it could happen, but how it is happening.
I went into education because teachers saved my life, and I discovered that when you're teaching, it is the best job in the world, literally.
It's about being exposed to opportunities that will enable you to perhaps not get the right answer the first time, perhaps struggle. Things like your projects, things like the
We still see it as our mission as enriching society through ideas and action. So applying
Art makes us think about things a little bit differently than the norm. And I really think that this is a key part in creativity and science.
We believe in the genius in everyone an artist and everyone a scientist, and that arts and sciences can change the world for the better.
We use art and artistic activities to promote the idea of thinking differently, and we believe very strongly that when we give children opportunities to take part in those kinds of activities, it opens their mind to possibilities.
Reading of your own free will, on your own time, when nobody's told you to, helps build cognitive development. That's to say, your brain works better if you read for pleasure.
The future, as someone said, is already here. It's just unevenly distributed. And if your child happens to go to a historical school rather than a future school, then that's unfair, regardless of whether they're going to be a gardener or a carer or a lawyer or a medic. Isn't it?
I tell you what, it's a big day today for me. The long and the short of it, today, this morning, I have put that copy of Rocket Boys and the copy of 1984, I've put them on Gumtree this morning for £125,000, because that's half of what I need to get 3 people like me on the road going all over the country doing what I do. Don't they can have the books and they can have the money back.
There is no short, so don't say with the long and the short. It's all long with you. You tell the story, and I'm going to Google it.
Eddie Nestor, BBC
Radio London. Nick.
Yes, Edward.
How are you, Nicholas?
I'm on fire, Eddie.
Go for it.
Eddie, it's a big day today for the whole world, for everybody on this planet who's making a difference, because it's hashtag Giving Tuesday Day. Did you know that?
No. And I'm going to Google it. Because if you're having me over and talking nonsense, I'm going to cut you off. Right. So today is Giving Tuesday.
How long have we got, Eddie? It's a national, global thing where people give. They give time. They might just make some cakes for the neighbour. They might give money to charities. It's give. It's a day it's a day of radical generosity. How about that as a thought? But you may remember, I run a non-profit, a charity called STEAMco, which is all about inspiring kids to aim higher and high with their creativity and community. And basically, I've just been on the adventure of a lifetime. Back in 2016, the Swansea Bookshop, the Swansea Oxfam Bookshop, put a sign up saying, please do not bring any more copies of Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code in because we're up to our eyeballs with them. An artist called David Shrigley saw this. He got 6,000 copies, pulped them up to make paper in a paper mill, and printed George Orwell's 1984 on the paper, which is out of copyright, so you're allowed to do that. And basically, I saw this, and they were knocking them out in the Oxfam Bookshop down in Swansea. So I jumped in my Starship, went down there, hashtag Starship22 before you start asking too many questions about my Starship. And basically, I camped outside the shop, was down there with everybody else first in the queue in the morning, and I got a copy of this book. Now, hold on to your hat, Eddie, because I raise money from a non-profit, and I've got to be very careful what I do with that money, but I gave that Oxfam Bookshop, or David Shrigley, £500 for a copy of the George Orwell 1984 book. They sold 250 copies in 2 hours. They took 125 grand that morning. Now, basically, I had some speakers on the top of the van. I was playing 1984 by the Eurythmics, a Disco Dad remix, absolute banger, playing that on the speakers. And I had an idea, and I looked up Eurythmics and Dave Stewart, who was in Eurythmics, as you know, he's from Sunderland originally, and he was doing a gig that following Friday up in Sunderland, 40 years of the Eurythmics Sweet Dreams. So I jumped in the van, went up there, and ended up at the after party. Now, what's happening in parallel? You're still with me? You're still awake, Eddie? You haven't dozed off, have you?
Only just, you know.
Only just.
My sweet dreams are starting to turn into something else.
It's because you haven't got an ad break to go to. So basically, my dad, 83-year-old, found a book in the Oxfam Bookshop that he volunteers in because he's all about making a difference in Ludlow in Shropshire. And this book was called Rocket Boys. And he gave it to me. He said, Nick, best book I've ever read in my life. It's about 4 boys who, in a coal mining town in America in the 1950s, didn't want to be coal miners. They looked in the sky, saw the Sputnik, learned to make rockets, ended up working for NASA. I connected with the author, Homer Hickam, and he's now the patron of my charity. And today, this morning, I have put that copy of Rocket Boys and the copy of 1984, I've put them on Gumtree this morning for £125,000. Hold on to your horses, because that's half of what I need to get 3 people like me on the road going all over the country doing what I do.
Give the charity a mention.
STEAMco.
Not non-for-profit organised, not-for-profit organisation.
Not-for-profit.
Right. Give it a mention so that people can look it up if they want.
And basically, if anyone wants to look this up, look up hashtag 1984 in 23. Hashtag 1984 in 23. Because the long and short of it, if anybody will put 125 grand down, I'm taking that as a bet, and I'm going to try and raise the other 125 by the end of January. If I do, they give me the money. If they don't, they can have the books and they can have the money back.
There is no short, so don't say with the long and the short. It's all long with you. Have a great day. We'll talk again soon.
Let's ask, what if? Let's start a creativity revolution.
People say I'm a man on a mission because I want to inspire a creativity revolution to help our kids aim not just high, but higher than my high vis with their creativity.
A man on a mission to inspire children to aim higher has been speaking to youngsters about rocket science in Sunderland. Nick Corson runs a community enterprise to champion creativity. He's fundraising and wants more people to take on his role.
People say I'm a man on a mission because I want to inspire a creativity revolution to help our kids aim not just high, but higher than my high vis with their creativity.
Touring schools, Nick Corsten talks on a whole range of topics such as the environment, computer coding and rocket science.
What is it you're making?
I'm making the fins of a rocket.
How hard is rocket science?
Very hard, but if you work as a team, it's way easier.
Ding ding! Oh, open the door.
He started Steamco and travels around the country. Now he wants more people to take on his role.
I'm trying to raise £1 million to inspire 1 million kids by getting 23 of our little pop-up Creativity Day art trucks on the road that contain everything you need to run a Creativity Day like this in a primary school or in a community at a fete or a festival. I believe that there are people out there who can do my job better than me, as well as me, whatever, and I need to find 23 people to do my job. I'd like to think that a child that sat through my assembly today goes home tonight and sits down on their computer, not to play a game, not to just browse through stuff, but to go and look into a bit more information about something we talked about. One fire! Whoa!
Don't you know, talking about the revolution sounds. Don't you know?
One day, one of those children from Sunderland will have an idea that will change the world.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Did you enjoy it? Thank you. Bye.
It might not work, but here's the thing. The guy who invented the ship also invented the shipwreck. And either you're in or you're out. Either you want to play this game or you don't. Art doesn't work because we did something conventional and predictable, and here it is industrialized, right? Art works because we connect.
So the festival that we will be organising in 2022 is a festival of creativity in its broadest sense. So what we're looking for is events that will help to bring people together and show the value of art.
An event like this is absolutely overdue for people from working class families where we've never had access to the arts.
I think this is amazing, and we should encourage Nick to do more of this so that we can connect friends through art. Is actually amazing.
Well, a lot of schools have taken music out of their curriculum, and I find that really important.
This book is going to change lives. There are 7 stories.
Keep doing what you're doing. I love your passion. Please keep doing what you're doing, inspiring the kids. I think it's great. Not enough parents spend enough time with the kids. They leave them on the iPads and things like that, and I absolutely love it. Keep doing what you're doing. I love your passion.
Again, boys will be boys. Better let them have their toys. Girls will be girls. Cute ponytails and curls. Must put an end to this stress and strife. I think I want to live that sporting life.
I'm going to make it happen for you, Nick.
I appreciate that.
Well, I'm going to make it happen for you because what you're doing is, in the end, absolutely brilliant.
I had the idea of getting a big screen to come here and celebrate. And I did a thing called a crowdfunder. I said to lots of people, I only gave myself 24 hours, and they said, you'd never do it.
One time for the Lord.
Art and creativity is absolutely everything, you know, to secure the jobs for the future.
Niall, what does collaboration mean to you?
For me, collaboration is everything. So my whole life is a collaboration.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Who's excited?
One of our sponsors are once again doing the unexpected.
something that defies the norm. Smartsheet are removing their logos for the British Grand Prix and replacing them with a non-profit, STEAMCO, because they believe in empowering work that matters.
Hi, I'm Nick Corster, co-founder of STEAMCO. STEAMCO exists to help inspire our kids to aim higher than high, powered by creativity and community. At the heart of what we do are STEAMCO days, where the community comes in, working with the children to inspire them. Who would like to meet Professor Brian Cox? We have these little pop-up Creativity Day art trucks that contain everything you need to run a Creativity Day. We've got rocket making kits, we've got coding kits, we've got cardboard modelling kits. There's something that everybody can do on a STEAMCO day, and at the end of the day, it takes a whole village to inspire a child. I believe our work's important because creativity is important. Creativity can inspire kids in their learning, it can connect communities, and it can power the economy. One of the key things we teach kids is not to fear failure, to be prepared to have a go, so that they thrive and not just survive in this brave new world that they're about to enter.
Right, now tighten up. Want a bit more? Yeah. You've got potential, you can see it.
Well, I travel all over the UK, from Land's End to John O'Groats, and the Starship comes in handy, I must admit, because it's my office on 4 wheels. So when I rock up at a school playground in a car park, I love to say to the kids, what do you think of my Starship? Adults see an old camper van, but it's our Starship really, isn't it? I'm hoping that the future of STEAMCO is bright, and what I want to do is get 3 trucks on the road initially, and 3 crazy people like me, across England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. One day, maybe the world, maybe the universe. When Smartsheet said they wanted to support STEAMCO in this way, I was just blown away. This was the opportunity we really needed to raise our profile, to raise awareness. But more to the point, I realised that somebody else shared the dream. They could see the method in my madness. It was that validation. Who wants to join me on a creativity revolution? I have to pinch myself that my life has come to a place where this is what I do. When this takes off, hopes, dreams take off with it. The difference that you make to those kids, to those communities, is profound. It really is. I'm living a life with purpose, and I'm grateful for that opportunity.
At McLaren F1, we're thrilled to be racing with STEAMCO on our cars in the UK. This is Sponsor X.
Here we are, Starship 22 is here on the beach in Cornwall, on our way to Spaceport Cornwall, because we've been given security clearance to live stream from the UK's first orbital satellite launch. Going to be an incredible weekend. We're live streaming. We've got our Starlink satellite dish. We're going to be running a load of live stream shows, a Rocket Kids show, a space show tonight with Homer Hickam and Lord Professor Martin Rees, the Astronomer Royal. We want you to be part of it. We want you to log on, we want you to come in the Zoom room. Tomorrow we've got a special Rocket Kids session for kids in schools across the country, if not across the world. We're going to live stream and restream the launch, and then we're going to do a final show in the schools on Tuesday morning. We're here with our STEAMCO pop-up art truck, which contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school, at a fete or at a festival, as we've done here across Cornwall, across Shropshire, because Cornwall was the birthplace of the first industrial revolution, when Richard Trevithick invented that steam locomotion and took it to Shropshire, to Ironbridge, because only those Shropshire lads and lasses could build a boiler strong enough for him. And that's why we're passionate about Cornwall, why we're passionate about Shropshire as birthplaces for the creativity revolution that our kids, our country, our communities still so desperately need. So be part of it. If you can spare a quid to inspire a kid, chip it in. If you can spare £1 million quids to help us inspire 1 million kids, then we need to hear from you as well. So do check it out. We're live streaming all weekend. Hashtag StartMeUp, hashtag Launch UK and hashtag Kerno23.
because hashtag Cornwall 22 is so last year. We're looking ahead. Be part of it.